Has all wildlife photography declined in quality, or has it just become homogenized? The same compositions, lighting, editing, and even the same subjects dominating our social media feeds, quietly erasing individuality. Now, don't get me wrong, this discussion isn't about blame, it's about awareness and creative responsibility. Your photos might be technically perfect, but they are emotionally invisible. Today, I'm going to share 6 reasons why this is happening.
But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark.
Hey, I'm Jeff, and I'm a professional wildlife photographer living in Charleston, South Carolina. And if you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you in. And if you're returning to the channel, I want to welcome you back. I've done some videos in the past. In fact, recently I did a video in which I talked about the importance of photographers avoiding what I like to call the comparison game, especially when it comes to the quote unquote social media photographers. There are so many social media photographers out there posting exotic wildlife captured in exotic locations. And for many photographers seeing these photos in their social media feeds, it creates this unrealistic view and expectations. Let's jump in and talk about the 6 reasons why your photos are invisible on social media. Number 1, the social media reward system. Social media platforms have an algorithm-driven aesthetics, and they reward what already performs well. Safe compositions get repeated endlessly. Risky or unconventional work gets filtered out. This algorithm-driven aesthetic world essentially creates a situation in which photographers subconsciously shoot for the approval of scrollers instead of their artistic expression. And this, of course, completely changes how they think and shoot out in the field. And generally speaking, that's not the preferred approach for producing your best work as a photographer. Number 2, replication, not inspiration. A lot of photography education teaches how to copy, not how to see. Because so much education teaches replication, many photographers often find themselves feeling stuck, especially when it comes to the creative side of photography. And this often leads to self-doubt. Thoughts of, I don't have a good eye, or maybe I'm not cut out for this. The truth of the matter is creativity is not a gift someone is born with. It is a learned skill. Sure, some photographers might have more instinctive creativity compared to others, but that's true of any skill. Bottom line, learn the importance of composition and lighting, and learn how to use them creatively in your own way. Study other photographers you admire to see how they use these aspects to create art, but then figure out how you can use them in your own way to fit your creative style. Number 3, viral locations. We see the same birds, same locations, and even the same seasons. We see photographers using location tags, which creates locations with instant crowding. These types of situations often create tons of photographs with identical angles, identical light, and identical results. And of course, viral locations and location crowding creates ethical issues because now wildlife disturbance increases as creativity decreases. With crowding, we also find the habitats of these animals gets damaged, and this has ripple effects on other animals that also call this area their home. Number 4, the perfect photo obsession. Images that are sharp, clean, and colorful, and images that isolate subjects automatically equals approval. But anything messy, moody, or anything with a narrative tends to get ignored. The results in many of the photos blowing up on social media have no story, no tension, and no emotion. Wildlife photography is not about perfection. Imperfection creates memorability and frequently gives our images character. Number 5, copied editing styles or editing trends flatten style. Copying another photographer's editing style is once again replication, not vision. In my DxO Photolab Masterclass, part of the course includes teaching you how to create a step-by-step editing workflow. And I go through showing you my exact step-by-step editing process. I don't do this so you can copy my editing style. I do this because having a consistent workflow is critical for achieving consistent and professional results. I show my editing process, and this is to give you a jumping off point. From there, you take this and tweak it to make it your own, to create your style. Some of the most common issues we find in photo editing is over-smoothing, over-sharpening, and over-saturation, resulting in images that feel overworked, too polished, but anonymous. Number 6, fear of standing out. This is the quiet core. Many photographers fear standing out. Yeah, the fear of success, because they risk rejection, and the rejection feels personal. This causes many photographers to play it safe, but playing it safe makes you average. Your work might be beautiful, but it looks like everyone else's, and your photos disappear in the scroll. At the end of the day, if you're a wildlife photographer looking to make a splash on social media, you will need to make a lot of considerations. Mainly, do you want to create pictures for algorithms, or do you want to create pictures that represent your artistic expression? If you're posting for the social media machine, at some point, you might start to feel like you're kind of selling yourself out, and it might really start to feel lonely because it can be easy to lose who you are as an artist and as a human being. Bottom line, posting on social media might seem harmless on the surface, but when you shine a little brighter light on it, there can be some significant ramifications. If you're looking for a new photo editing program this year, then I strongly urge you to go check out DxO Photolab 9. This is the program that I use and that I trust for all of my photo editing. They have industry-leading noise reduction features, and with the release of Photolab 9, they now have AI masking tools that are going to really help you in streamlining your editing process. And when you combine their AI masking tools with their previous generation masking tools, you now have a whole new level of control over your photo editing. Use the link in the show notes below to head on over to DxO, where you can check out Photolab 9 for yourself. If you decide that you want to go ahead and purchase the product, just be sure to use my discount code at the time of checkout. That code is Magnolia, and it will save you 15% off on your purchase. If you're not quite ready to make a purchase and you want to try it out, be sure to download their 30-day free trial. You can try out the entire program free for 30 days with absolutely zero restrictions. And if you're worried about learning Photolab 9, no worries there. I got you covered. Just head on over to my store, magnoliaphotography.sc.com/store, and you can check out my DxO 9 Masterclass, where I can teach you everything that you need to know to create professional looking images. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you carving out some time from your day to spend it with me. But before you go, you might want to stick around and check out this next video right here.